I understand you guys have to leave in 15 minutes, so I'm gonna hit you with some rapid fire stuff.
Okay.
Hassan, do you want to smell him and see what's going on over
I
there?
already did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody
it's hard
can
not
smell
to.
me.
Yeah.
Liver King is here.
You definitely have some. You have some BO. It's not as disruptive as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but
But you can definitely. I can definitely smell you.
Thank you.
And so, do you use toothpaste?
No. Our early ancestors didn't brush, didn't floss,
brush?
didn't get cavities.
Do you brush?
I don't use toothpaste. I don't brush. I don't floss.
You don't even deal with the mouth.
And I don't get cavities.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. And do you
I think I'm going to do a disservice to your listeners if I don't just at least tell them this. If you don't want to get cavities, get the fat-soluble system, right? You need vitamin A, D, K, and E. In other words, you need to eat liver, bone marrow, egg yolks, get sun.
It's a one-stop shop. Liver is just helping everything.
I know what I want.
Well, I know about this stuff, and you have to mechanically load the teeth. So if you're eating baby food, if you're eating stuff where you're not mechanically loading, then you're still going to have oral health issues. So you need to mechanically load, and you need that kind of nutrition. You're going to be good to go.
Liver King, now, do you have to have sex in a certain position because you're so big, and sometimes fat guys have a problem. They have to go into a certain position because I mean you're massive, right? So and also I don't know how well endowed you are, but like, what's the situation with your what position do you have to go in a position? Or are you guys fully flexible? Because you're both very muscular.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Never talk about my wife in this context.
Oh, okay.
But with all seriousness,
that's fair.
Damn, he's gonna
that's
kill you,
respectful.
dude. He just looked at you like.
Yeah, I don't talk about my sex life, with the queen in that level of detail. What I'll tell you is this:
Cause y'all got that weird bed. Like that's not.
Oh.
well, we have wooden planks, But here's the thing: you don't need a fucking bed to have sex. Right?
Yeah, I wonder where would you do it if not on the bed and on the wooden planks, just on the earth?
Anywhere and everywhere else. It's
Anywhere.
like, is that the only place you have bed? Sex. And if that's the only place you have sex, I feel sorry for you. But
Right.
I mean, especially if you have kids, because if you have kids, you got to be opportunistic.
You got to
right?
get it in real quick. And also,
is,
your kids are homeschooled, so God, you know what I mean.
But I always say this: you earn the life and wife and sex life that you behold. And we attract our complementary opposites. And if you want to wake up next to a person that you love and you absolutely lust, you owe it to yourself and you owe it to her to express
He's a respectful king. That was very respectful.
But this is the deal. I want to get this message out because there's too many people. They get married, they get comfortable, and then they gain 5 pounds a year in perpetuity. And now they've been married for 10 years, and now they weigh 220 pounds each. And now you're less attracted to that person. And now you're looking outside of the marriage. You're looking outside of the relationship for what you deem to be sexy and lustworthy. You still love the person, but you don't wake up lusting that person.
Right.
And so I feel like you owe it to yourself, you owe it to her to express your highest and most dominant physical form. And guess what? She'll do the same. You pull each other forward in that ecosystem. And what a gift this is. This is not an incredible amount of work you have to do every day, right? You commit to 30 minutes a day, a couple of days a week, and you're going to produce such a physical specimen of yourself, and you're going to feel great. And guess what? She's your complementary opposite. She's going to look the same way. And imagine you get to wake up to the person that you know is a 10 every fucking day.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Are you into semen retention? You seem like a guy who'd be into that.
Why?
I don't know. You like to hold in all the vitamins.
Why, how can you say I seem like a guy and I say why?
But
I don't know.
It's just a vibe.
Yeah.
You hold in, you got to keep all the nutrients. I guess the semen retention thing is about like, I hold on to the masculine energies and
It's just,
I don't
there's
know.
a lot of bro science
Yeah,
out there
but
on Instagram
but
and
you didn't
everywhere
answer.
else.
So I do things based out of first principle thinking and what our early ancestors did and what modern day
And they were not
tribes
doing
do.
semen retention.
There's not only is there no semen retention, right? There's no discussion of that kind of shit.
We don't talk about it.
How
do you know they didn't talk about it?
You know what?
It's the
I
most
don't
fun
know
you
that.
can have with yourself. Why? I'm sure the.
You think early man jerked off?
Are you kidding me?
I mean, what else are
dude?
they gonna do?
They got no time. They have so much time in the day to fill.
So
I'd be
Here's what I'm
cranking
going to do.
nonstop.
On part 2, when we do this again, I'm going to have I have a list of questions I ask these tribes. God forbid, I don't know what they're going to think of.
Wait, you're going to ask them?
I'm going to start asking them this question.
Oh, I'd love to
times do you
know.
jerk
How
off?
many times you
I'm
jerk
going to
off?
ask them
Yeah.
about jerking off and semen retention, and then I'm going to report back because this is not.
I'm sure they don't do semen retention.
Well, we went on another podcast. It was Pardon My Take, and they asked this question. And
someone asked you this already?
PFT, my man.
Who the fuck can
yeah,
answer? Who
it was
asked you
Billy
that?
Football.
It was Billy.
It was Billy Football. But those guys are giants, man. I love those guys.
Yeah.
Right? In their respective fields. These are great guys. And so I'm like, you know what? This is the first time I ever heard about it. And I'm thinking, why and again, now you guys are asking. So now this is something that someone is trying to advance.
We need to look into it.
Let me look into it. Let me actually set the record straight.
Is masturbation allowed in the primal, to be primal? Is masturbating primal?
Well, to each their own. Here's what I'll say about that. When you wake up next to your fucking 10.
You don't need it.
You wake up
What if
next
you're
to your
single
10.
primal?
If you're single primal, listen, I can't tell you from personal experience, right?
You don't jerk off.
I don't jerk off because I got a fucking 10 next to me.
Right. King.
But when you were single,
yeah, when you were, I mean,
you must.
Of course.
Okay, all right, good.
If you don't jerk off when you're single, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You can't be going out
In
with
fact,
a loaded
I
gun.
even talked to my kids about this. I'm like, you guys better be doing that.
All right, hold on.
You
I want
can't go
to
out with a loaded gun. You gotta. That's subprime.
listen. I prepared a bunch of little games I want to fit in because I know you're in a hurry. Tell me, do you want to play Guess the Vegetarian? Are you willing to do that? Do you think you have a?
When you say guess, like, is it a person?
Yeah, it's one of the people I'm going to show you on the crew, and you guess who's the vegetarian.
Oh, on the crew.
You think you could do that or no?
Yeah, I could do that for sure.
Okay, here we go. So this is Cam. This is Dan. This is Ian. This is Lena. Everyone's crying. This is Zach. That one's hard. He's covered up.
No, that's
Sam.
pretty obvious.
Olivia. Love. AB. So I guess me. I'm not a vegetarian. So do you have a guess here?
Scroll again slowly,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you when to stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Ian.
100%.
I love meat.
It's actually Dan.
Shit.
Dan,
Good
you're a
shit, Tyler.
vegetarian? What the fuck? I feel betrayed.
The beard got you, huh?
Well, let me make this official. The 9 ancestral tenets are vegan friendly, right? Only one of them is eat, right? So you can still do the 9 ancestral tenets and be 89% primal.
Okay. Here's another one.
I bet you he's doing the other ancestral tenets.
Oh, Dan is definitely primal.
Thanks, man.
Why does it
Thanks
say
for
this
saying
might
so.
contain erotic or adult imagery?
I don't know. I want to show you an image of something specific, and you just tell me, is it primal or subprimal? Can you do that?
Sure.
Okay, so caveman.
Primal.
Yeah. Wild berry.
Primal.
Sunscreen.
Bro, this is embarrassing you're asking.
I can keep going. Yeah,
Subprimal, all the way, 100%.
Okay, sparkling water.
Plastic is subprimal.
What about in glass?
Primal.
Okay. Prime energy drink.
I love those guys.
Yeah, but
So all I'm going to say is this is loyalty above all. Its name is Prime. Primal! And
No
these,
shot. That's plastic too. Come on, just
these guys saw worth and potential in me before I knew that I had it myself.
I invited you before they did. For the record.
to be fair.
Well,
yeah,
me
we
and
did.
Hassan have
We
been
did.
talking shop.
Okay, but for the record...
Would you drink that? Would you drink that?
For the record, look at how your producer reached out to me. Right? And,
How did he do it?
Well, I read the DM verbatim.
Was it bad?
Well, all I'll tell you is this. Logan Paul Impulsive said, hey, we'll come to you.
Oh
Right.
yeah, I wasn't gonna.
Oh,
come to you.
of course you weren't.
Yeah.
But again, you sent the jet. You put me up. we
Okay,
did it.
okay. So that's
Okay,
okay.
so that's
Would you-
definitely not primal.
Would you drink this after a workout?
Listen, I love these guys.
Loyalty
I
above all.
support what they do. Yeah, move on.
Escalator.
Oh, this is easy. We would never fucking touch an escalator.
Never.
Subprimal.
Take the stairs always.
Yeah, and if there's no stairs, you don't go.
Oh,
NASA.
dude, nerds.
NASA is always fucking primal.
Yeah, good.
Outer space.
That's primal as fuck.
That's
Oh,
primal?
obviously.
Okay, what about the Hailey Bieber beefing with Selena Gomez?
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, nothing. Okay, Queen Elizabeth. The second.
Primal.
Primal.
Really? No.
You were hesitating.
No shot.
You want to
This
explain?
is the most subprimal thing ever. You
How
got
come?
like you got a monarch that's like wearing all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? And it's
Playing
like
dress up.
stolen money and land off of like
That
the
is primal, though, isn't
the
it?
primal people
Pillaging is primal, right?
Listen,
that lived off the earth.
This is why I
Hold
gave
on.
this disclaimer earlier. I live in a primal bubble. I don't know what's trending. I don't know when the tornado is coming or the hurricane. I prospectively create the half the shit you're showing me. I don't even know.
All right, so the Queen is primal.
Let's move on.
Gambling.
Gambling's always primal.
Interesting.
Gambling's primal.
9/11.
Here's what you got to do. Here's what you got to do. Is, you got to take risks that are commensurate with a reward, right? This is what the evolutionary hunter did.
Are you talking about gambling or
Everything's
9/11?
a gamble. Chasing an animal is a gamble.
Exactly. And
That's
then
primal.
what's the potential reward?
Payoff, life.
Yeah. And then are you guys on that? Did you guys not hear my video on this?
I did. I watched
Yeah,
it.
no, I saw you.
You
I
said it's
saw it. It was-
subprimal.
It's the ultimate subprimal.
Well,
act.
it's dedication to a belief. You know, it was a huge act. Like,
Listen, you can call it. You call it whatever
Those
you want.
dudes definitely
I'm
were
just
living in
saying,
caves,
I've
too.
already put my stake in the sand. I've said what I believe.
okay,
Those
fair
homies
enough.
were living
I
in
agree.
caves.
I agree for the record. Subprimal, soy face. This is this face people make for like YouTube thumbnails. They go,
And what does soy face even?
Yeah,
indicate?
people, not us. We would never do that.
it's like, we can move on.
Well,
It's okay.
you know what? I want to make a point. When you make a face like that, I believe that you invite attack upon yourself.
Okay,
You invite
interesting.
attack upon your family. I
True.
think when you emasculate yourself like that, when you do that to yourself,
Boom, soy face.
subprimal.
Okay, what about soybeans?
Even more subprimal.
You don't like soybeans?
You don't like soybeans?
Are you joking me right
It's
now?
a natural. It's a
Estrogen.
natural. Okay, estrogen. What about women eating soybeans?
You probably still don't want to do a whole. I mean, it's such a strong estrogen mimetic.
We don't like that.
Well, what happens there's like this reciprocal relationship with estrogen and testosterone, right? And you listen, we live in such an estrogen-dominated world, not in terms of like man and woman, but in terms of when you start wearing petrochemical clothing, when you start wearing xenoestrogens, like the perfumes and fragrances and the deodorants, those types of things, estrogen is just stacking and compounding.
So no soy.
No soy.
What about God?
This is a complicated topic.
Okay.
Damn, the dialectic is in.
Well,
Okay, go on.
Primal or subprimal? What do you feel?
No. This is just a complicated topic.
Refuse to
Listen,
answer.
I believe that
He's both primal and subprimal if he's everything,
He's everything.
right?
Yeah, he's everything.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Technically, he's subprimal.
Okay,
as
how
well,
about
though.
Jesus?
Look, you know what? I think this part is getting a little bit funny.
Okay, we'll
Okay.
skip that. We'll skip that. If you're not comfortable, I get it. Yeah, it's a little bit. Wi-Fi?
Well, this is obviously
Yeah,
subprimal.
subprimal. Corporate America?
Come on, this is subprimal.
Subprimal, okay. Murder?
Well, it depends on what the cause is or what the reason is behind it. You know, like murder and fighting for your life, you know, has always been part of our evolutionary
Primal.
past.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good answer. What about regular colonoscopy checks after the age of 40?
I would say that's, you know what? I don't want to fuck anybody up with that. I'm not going to say shit, but I'll tell you off camera what that is.
You don't take a finger in the butt?
You know, I don't go see doctors.
You don't believe in
Here's
doctors?
here's what happens. You go see a doctor, they're going to tell you what's wrong with you, irrespective of you being as healthy as an ox.
Yeah, so if you don't ask, you don't have to ever know that there's something
here's the
wrong.
deal. I get it. This is a legitimate issue, and people do need to be diagnosed with this early.
Okay.
And so that's why this is such a nuanced topic. But here's the thing. You live the 9 ancestral tenets. You're kicking ass in life. You have great energy, a kicking ass libido.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Your
need
prostate's going to be the size of like this. That's what you're saying.
You're
It's gonna be
completely
tiny.
accurate. But here's the thing. People aren't living that way. People are living subprimal lives. Subprimal lives, you need to get that shit done.
If you're subprimal, you need a finger in the butt.
Sure.
Got it. Tucking your son in at night.
Oh, man. I tucked my son in, my kids for a while. So it depends their age.
Interesting.
It completely depends on the
Little
range.
nighttime. What about a
child.
little nighttime story and it look kiss
Yeah,
on
a
the forehead?
child. I'd say under 10.
Under 10, I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's primal. Okay.
11 though, cut that out.
Yeah.
Seafood.
Oh, that's subprimal.
No, here's the thing is, I said this yesterday, landlocked tribes at war always would call a peace treaty to exchange at least one day out of the week because seafood was required to express their health and happiness. So seafood, fish eggs, and fish have always been, and listen, we don't do a lot of it, but one day a week we do some seafood.
Okay.
So
there it is.
I would say it's absolutely primal.
And how about keeping cholesterol levels below 200 milligrams DL?
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but that's synonymous with lowering your testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
Subprimal.
We don't do blood tests.
Well, we don't do.
What about
I already did a blood test. It's online. Google it.
Okay.
Search it up.
What about the planet Mars?
Oh, fuck, I don't know anything about it.
We refuse to answer.
Are you giving? Is it giving vibes? Like, is it giving subprimal or primal vibes?
Well, it seems pretty goddamn primal.
Primal, yeah. It's a planet. What about Mars, the Roman god of war?
He's pretty shredded.
What else is there about him? Tell me something about him.
I don't know. He's a mythological god of war. It's fine. What about birth control?
Birth control's probably not primal.
Interesting.
You don't see
Condoms?
any,
Not primal.
Of course not. You know, but again, this is such a
Very
nuanced topic.
interesting.
Agreed with that one. condoms.
But you guys must be using contraceptive. You only have 2 kids, and it sounds like you guys fuck like rabbits.
This is something that I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. You know, once we get into this level of detail,
we don't talk about that.
We don't.
Yeah, fair enough. Very respectful. What about selling feet pics online?
You know, I'm not really enjoying this anymore, so I'm going to be like, hey,
okay, we can call it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can call that.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. If you like doing that, I was just like, I don't really enjoy that. And
hey, you say no, and we're out.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was just a little game we prepped.
Damn, you had some crazy stuff in there too.
Yeah, I thought I'd throw some curveballs in there. I don't know.
I saw one chip challenge in there.
Yeah, I thought maybe.